Jenny-May is in Taupo this morning. This is very exciting, meeting Parakuihi, our Kiwi chick, for the first time. As the team at Crombie Lockwood Kiwi Burrow get him or her ready for her release in Sanctuary Mountain, Maunga Tautari. Morena, sis. How's it going?
Oh. Morena. Yeah, no, it's been, I've been overwhelmed with excitement. This morning. I'm on a very special mission this morning because, as you said, Indira, we're going to be releasing Parakuihi into the Sanctuary Mountain, Maunga Tautari, a little bit later this morning. But before all of that happens, there's actually a process that needs to be done because we need to make sure that our Kiwi are good to go in the wild. So joining me this morning, we all know Helen, right? Helen McCormick. She's been with us a few times as we have coming in and out of this place here in Taupo. Morena, Helen, thank you so much. Not only for joining us this morning, but for taking us on this journey with our little Kiwi chick, Parakuihi. So I told a little bit of a white lie earlier. I said that we were going to meet Parakuihi now, but we're not. We're going to meet Vita, who is another Kiwi that is going to be released alongside Parakuihi later this morning. But Helen, before we even go through some of the process of what happens to these Kiwis, tell us about this place, how long it's been here and what the purpose is.
So we opened in 2019 and we're a Kiwi hatchery, so basically we get eggs from the wild and we hatch the chicks out and we keep them safe during their really vulnerable stage in life. So if we left them out in the wild, less than 5% of these chicks would survive in the wild, and that's due to introduced predators. So this facility allows us to take them out of the forest during that real vulnerable period, and these guys go into Mangatautari, as you said, and they are actually going to live their life in Mangatautari and breed there. And then their offspring, when they're over 1 kilo in weight, when they're much better at defending themselves, will go back to Taranaki in areas that have got good predator control, so that we get lots more Kiwi in the Taranaki area.
Kiwis are actually pretty incredible, right? Because they are born, unlike other birds, they're born with feathers, everything, and they're good to go. And they basically look after themselves from the time that they hatch.
Yeah, they are very independent. And that makes our job very easy. We don't have to teach them too much because a lot of their behaviour is instinctive. They instinctively probe. You'll see them at even right on hatch or a few days old, they'll already be probing around their enclosure, looking for things to pick up and eat. So that's really helpful for us. We don't have to teach them that, and it means we can do what we call a hard release. We have them here, we can take them out to the forest and release them without having to do a lot of support around that because they are so instinctive in their behaviours.
Helen, I could talk with you all morning, but I know that you actually want to see a Kiwi. So as I said earlier, Vita is going to be released at the same time as Parakuihi, going on the journey this morning. So can we go through what we need to do with Vita before we jump in the car and go for that drive?
Okay. So what we're going to do with Vita, we're going to do a final weight check here, just make sure that we're good to go with the weight. So I'll grab Vita out and we're going to put Vita on the scales.
Great. Here. We came in earlier this morning, so these these Kiwis would normally be running around still by the time we got here, which was about 6:30ish. They'd normally be running around. It's quite dark here this morning in Taupo. So they were a little bit disturbed this morning when we put the lights on, a bit of running around, but it was absolutely beautiful to watch. So this is Vita. Vita was running around this morning. Look at it. And I have to stop myself from saying him or her because we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
That's correct. We don't know. So we will take feathers for DNA sampling and we can send those off and find out what sex Vita is. You may have heard a little snap as Vita came out of the burrow. So he or she gave a little bill snap, and that was like a warning, like I'm big and feisty. Vita thinks she's big, even though she's not. But that's the sort of behaviour we want to see because we want them to be nice and feisty when they go out into the wild. Vita's going where there's no predators, which is fantastic. But if they were going to an area where there are predators, we want them nice and feisty. So that's really good behaviour to see.
Yeah. Okay.
She's probably saying, leave me alone, I'm sleeping.
Can you just hurry up and do what you need to do because I've got things to do like sleep. So we're going to weigh Vita.
We're going to weigh Vita now. I just had a little check of the tummy. You may be able to hear some little smaller vocals there. Just a little bit of protest because I was having a little feel of the tummy to see how round that was. But we'll put Vita in the weigh box here.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. I think Vita was having a bit of a run around when we arrived, actually.
So it was a bit of an earlier morning than they used to, so they then tucked away into their burrows and so they're sleeping.
Once you've weighed Vita, and Vita can sit here for a little bit, right? She's okay. But once you've weighed Vita, then what happens? What's the next part of the process?
So we will do a health check. And so we just need to check that everything's good to go, that their eyes are clear, that they've got good weight on them, that they've eaten well overnight, and they're really happy and healthy, because that's what we want to know before they go out into the wild. So we'll do that with Parakuihi a little bit later, and we'll also check the microchip. So they have got a microchip in them, so they have a permanent marker. And then we'll put them in the box ready to go for their journey today. It's a pretty big day for them.
Yeah, it is a huge... And so on that note then, the reason that we don't have Parakuihi with us right now and that we're doing this process with Vita is because, as you say, it is a big day and we need to look after them before they go.
Yeah, we do. So we tend to handle them once a day while they're in this facility. And we do that on purpose. We want to keep them, we don't want to tame them down. We want them as wild birds. We want to disturb them as little as possible. So we handle them once a day for a health check. And we want to keep that same routine today because it will be a big day. They are travelling. That's something they're not used to. So the more we can keep the stress down, the better for them. So we're seeing Vita now. We'll see Parakuihi later. And then we'll be on our way.
Yeah, okay, Helen, thank you so much for taking us through that process this morning. So as Helen said, we are going to be with you just after 8 o'clock with your bird. Moz, can you actually squeeze through here? Can you squeeze through? With your kiwi, our kiwi actually, Parakuihi. Stay with us. We will be right back with your 8 o'clock news, and then after 8 o'clock we will introduce you to Parakuihi.